I've been here with Prime for a little over 13 years. I was an auto mechanic for 20 years. I've done a few other jobs. I installed spas, cleaned pools. My father was a pool cleaner, so I did that most of my life. But I was a heavy line auto mechanic, had my California smog license, did motors, transmissions, the whole 9 yards. But I knew I was done with that at 40 years old. No, I went to another school that was close by my house. It was Dick Simon Trucking. It was in Salt Lake City, and I was living in Idaho at the time. I knew I wasn't going to stay with Dick Simon. I spent about a year at the fuel pumps talking to other drivers from all different companies. So I knew I wanted to go to Prime, put in my application, was accepted. Me and my wife, we drove team here for the first 3 years. After the first 3 years, my sister and her husband were driving for a different company. They came over to Prime. Financial rewards of training are almost as good as when I was driving team with my wife. It brings a lot to me to see that I've helped somebody. I have one kid that was 21 years old when he came here. He was very nervous. I could tell that with him walking around. I took him under my wing. He's almost got 10 years here now. Another guy was 63 years old. He'd worked for Solo Drink Company here in Springfield. He was one of the last people waiting for a trainer. And I went out and I talked with him, and he agreed to everything I had to say. My dispatcher loved him. The man was able to buy a beautiful Mustang for his wife, let her retire. He worked for almost 5 years, and now he's fully retired. I've learned how to work with the people and how to make sure that they have their space in the truck to where they feel comfortable. I'll run a month or two in between students. It's been a long time. It's been 4 or 5 months. It's time for me just to have a little alone time. It is definitely the most money I've ever made. As a mechanic, I was a highly paid mechanic. I had all of my certificates and all that. I make twice as much doing this. Since I've been working here, I've been able to buy 2 condos in Hawaii. I've got 3 more years to work full time. I'll be 58, almost 59 years old, and I'm only gonna have to work 6 months out of the year after that. I like being a lease operator because of the freedom that I have. I choose when I want to take time off, and the money has been very, very good. Over a company driver, I make at least $500 or $600 a week more than a company driver would.